And good morning, and I am back. I am right across the street from the Naval Air Station Wildwood Aviation Museum, and I'm going to take a run up to the Cape May County Museum as another potential thing to do, rainy day or not, but it is indoors, so it's probably more conducive on a rainy day down at the shore than a day that would be otherwise a beach day. But to anyone interested in the history of Cape May County, this is definitely something worthwhile taking a run up to see. I'm starting this video at the Forgotten Warrior Vietnam Museum, which again is right across the street. You can see the Naval Air Station Wildwood Museum right behind me, and this is the Forgotten Warriors Vietnam Museum. So this area is something that I think would be nice to visit with kids. I don't know if I said it or not, but it's about 11:30. And the Cape May County Museum that I'm taking a ride to is up on Route 9. And if you're ever here to visit these museums, and it is a warm day, this is also where you see the sign, "See you later." This is the Cape May Brewery. So and there's a taco shop right next to it, so it's an easy place to stop over and have a craft beer. My wife and I have not yet visited the Cape May County Museum, so I can't really offer any informed insights as to what you'll find there, but it's on my list of things that I want to do. My understanding, and you can look this up on, I'm sure there's a website for it, it chronicles the history of life in Cape May County starting at around, I think starting around the year 1704, so about 70 years or so before the birth of America, back when it was Native Americans inhabiting Cape May County, and it takes it all the way up to the 21st century. The next traffic light ahead of me is Route 9, so I could have gone up to Route 9 and made a left, but I think I'm going to turn left on Seashore Road. And Seashore Road will take me up into the same, into Rio Grande. So Seashore Road, if you go into Cape May, it becomes Broadway. When you get into West Cape May, it becomes Seashore Road. It's one of my wife's favorite nurseries to go to, churches. And it is Seashore Road up until you get into Rio Grande. And then it becomes Railroad Boulevard or Railroad Drive. My wife and I were up here yesterday at the Walmart up in Rio Grande, and we were stopped at the traffic light that I'm coming up to, and there was a terrible 5-vehicle accident that occurred within 75 feet of us. And the cars were pretty badly damaged. And it wasn't that anyone ran a red light, it's just that the cars were stopped because of a light, and the person coming down this road, actually in the same direction I'm coming, obviously was distracted and coming down this road doing about 45 miles an hour. And looked up to see the traffic was stopped, slammed on his brakes, but not nearly enough space to come to a stop, and smashed into the car in front of him, and it was a cascading effect. We were coming in the opposite direction. We were across the street, returning home from Walmart. But it makes me realize and be mindful that there's inherent risk in being on two wheels. No matter what you do to try to make yourself visible by the clothing that you wear, and riding with your high beams on, and positioning yourself where you're going to be visible to other drivers and vehicles in their rearview mirrors, wearing helmets and protective gear. There's just an inherent risk of being on two wheels that you cannot negate, and you know, if a car was coming up behind me at 45 miles an hour, you know, if I notice it, I can hopefully avoid it by accelerating and moving up in front of the cars in front of me. Came up here to a yard sale on Saturday, so we're up here both days. Back that street, there was a yard sale that we went to. This is the entrance to the Walmart parking lot right there. And I'm coming out on Route 9 here. I'm going to make a left. And this museum is just prior to getting to the zoo. So it'll take me up, I'll be on Route 9 up through Cape May Courthouse. And this museum is actually in Cape May Courthouse, which is the county seat for Cape May County. I'm a little surprised that my wife and I have never managed to make the time to come up and and visit this museum. I'm a bit fascinated by the history of Cape May County, and this would be the definitive place to go if you really wanted to get an authoritative understanding of the history of Cape May County. This road that I'm coming up on, 147, is Indian Trail Road. This was the road that, if I made a right, would take me over into North Wildwood. And a video that I made a couple of days ago, I began the ride on Indian Trail Road. Actually, I was on North Wildwood Boulevard, which is a little turnoff of Indian Trail Road, or 147. Excuse me. Bingo. If anybody is watching this video and is in Cape May and wants to come up to visit this museum, you don't have to come up Route 9 the way I'm coming. You could come up the Garden State Parkway, which is right to my right, and you could exit the Garden State Parkway at exit 11, which is the exit for the Cape May County Zoo. And right when you get to the entrance to the zoo, you would make a left onto Route 9, and the museum is just south of that entrance. I'm not sure that this museum would necessarily be the kind of activity that would be fun for very young kids. Like the museum, the aviation museum, I think, would be enjoyable for very young children. But I think this is a little more, at least it's my understanding, it's a little more catered to older children and adults, not young kids. But as I said earlier on this video, I've never been there, so I'm only going based on my impression. came up on Route 9 just because I think it's a little more scenic, a little more things to look at for people watching the video than just cruising up the Garden State Parkway. Although I'll probably go back home via the Garden State Parkway, and I may record that. My wife and I came up to the courthouse on Saturday night. We had dinner at a restaurant. You won't actually be able to see the restaurant from the seat of the motorcycle, but I can point out, and I've pointed it out before, and it's really an outstanding restaurant. It's called Scola's, and it's just off of East Mechanic Street, coming up. This traffic light is East Mechanic Street, and it's right to the left. I'm not able to go out far enough to show it, but it's right around the corner there. It's a BYO, and it's very, very good. Very intimate, though, very tiny. You wouldn't go there with a large party. That was Stone Harbor Boulevard. If I made a right there, that would take me over right onto 96th Street in Stone Harbor. I think it's right up here on the right. And this is it. You'll take a ride in their parking lot. I was going to get off and go up and read that sign, but I don't think I'm going to. But yeah, I guess I will. As long as I'm here. This says, New Jersey State Branch of National Society, Sons and Daughters of the Pilgrims, planted this site to commemorate the courage, faith, and ideals of our early settlers. And that was dedicated in 1954, so that's, 70 some years ago. I'm not going to walk all around this, but this is the entrance to the Cape May County Museum. And thought I would just take a ride up here to show this and highlight this as another interesting point of interest to visit if you're down here and you have any interest in the history of Cape May County. This would be the definitive campus to come visit, including the barn back there. So thank you for watching. Take care.